Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? We are going to be doing Instagram swatches made me buy it. What does it actually look like in real life? Why are these makeup brands bamboozling us? Part 2. So in my original video I went through, and honestly the main star of the show was the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette and the Xenon palette, because there's a specific way that Natasha Denona started swatching eyeshadows, and I feel like it's really gone viral since then. And the swatches of these looked nothing like the swatches from Instagram. I got a bunch of suggestions on things that people think might be going on with these swatches. So we are going to be trying out all these different hacks. One is having a primer on our arm to begin with, because I swatched with no primer. We're also going to try mixing these shadows with Vaseline, which sounds disgusting, but apparently this is an industry secret, to mix Vaseline with eyeshadow to make it look so wet and beautiful and trick you into purchasing something, or at least trick you into thinking that it's going to be better than it is, because I don't dislike these palettes. In fact, the Xenon palette is an absolute favorite. I just think that the marketing is not necessarily realistic to what it looks like in real life. So we're going to try out the Vaseline trick. I'm also going to try different lighting tricks. The comment section, you would think that I was sitting here filming in the dark from the comments that I got. I have multiple lights around me. I have 2 softbox lights. I have a panel light. This is a very well lit situation, but it is well lit to look the way that it looks in real life. I'm not going to go out and purchase $10,000 of studio lights so that we can see if suddenly Natasha Denona's palette looks the same. That just completely misses the entire point of the video. This is what these look like at home. I also have a flashlight here, which is weird. I was trying to gather supplies for this video and I have a Vaseline and a flashlight. What kind of video am I filming? We're gonna try low light. We're gonna try adding in some clips from my phone. We're also gonna try building up the swatch and making it look like it was our first swatch, because apparently a lot of brands do that as well. So I figured we'd bring back Xenon. We're gonna try and give this another shot, see what I need to do to make it look like the Instagram videos, out of curiosity because of the last video. And then continuing with part 2, I have 4 different products here that have had some really intense Instagram swatches. If you haven't seen the original video, I'll have it up here in the cards. Definitely check it out. But without any further blabbering, let's try Instagram versus reality. What do they look like? And can we figure out the bamboozlement? So the first swatch we're gonna do with Xenon, I just wanna do the 2 shades. I wanna do it just as is. That way we have a control group. So the 2 shades we're swatching are Cygnus and Super Ionic. There's what they look like, just a normal swatch. And then we'll go down the arm. Okay, so there's what they look like in just natural looking lighting. Like I said, I do have some studio lights, but this is what it would look like if you're just, in your house chilling. You can see the shine if I kind of move around, but it doesn't look anywhere near as intense. For the pre-built swatch, I'm just gonna go through and honestly really coat my fingers. In order to do this, you'd have to be like this, right? Kind of covering. I mean, that definitely does make it look more like the swatch. So what I'm gonna do now is I am going to go on my camera settings and we're gonna darken things up quite a bit. Okay, that's as dark as it'll go, just like that. I'm gonna turn on the flashlight. Let's see the direct. Okay, that does bring out the sparkles quite a bit. That's looking more and more like the Instagram video. Here's what it looks like on my phone. And it does look very intense, very sparkly, very much like the Instagram video. It's beautiful like this, but to be honest, that's not what it actually looks like. So I feel like I can get it there. I can make it happen. It's not Photoshop by any means, but it's also not what it looks like. Let's try priming my arm as well, just for science. And I feel like we already got it very close, but I'm just gonna go in with a bunch of eye primer. Just kind of really focus that right here. See what a difference this makes. This is the Divina Prelusion eyeshadow primer. Just a nice, soft, simple base. Like of all things that you could do to make your swatches look better, this is the one I'm the least opposed to because like most people use eyeshadow primer, so it's not that outlandish. Of course, I have a dog hair there. Okay, so let's do one swipe with eyeshadow primer. Okay, that definitely looks better. It looks more wet right off the bat, but it's actually not gliding the same amount. Well, maybe if you go again, but I feel like it's stuck more where I first put it, even though it's not like a tacky eyeshadow primer. Okay, now for the Vaseline. I'm actually so disgusted and I'm doing this right now. Okay. Some people said that they mix Vaseline in with the eyeshadow, like in the palette. I'm absolutely not doing that. My plan to mix it is to just like kind of already have 2 lines of Vaseline on my arm and then go over it. Okay, I don't know if I went in with too much. I'm gonna kind of get some of that excess off. I feel like this was my favorite comment from the video because I was fascinated to learn that this is a thing. Not surprised necessarily, but fascinated. I'm nervous for some reason, okay. Okay, that didn't do as much. Maybe I have to do it to begin with. I mean, that definitely made it look very wet, but it looks kind of messy. A new plan. I'm gonna go in with like a dollop of Vaseline on my hand, my little mixing plate. I can't believe I'm doing this for you guys. Okay, let me take a little bit of this shadow, mix that in. A little bit of this shadow. Okay. Then mix that. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's feeling more intense. Let's see if I can pick that all up. I think this would be better to do on an actual mixing palette, obviously, because then you would get all the product off. But here we go again. Vaseline take 2. Okay. I mean, it's doing something, but I don't know that it's doing that much. I honestly think that the flashlight and the low light does more than anything. It kind of looks like a toddler with playing in my eyeshadow palette. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Definitely make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already. Ooh, it's so sticky. Ugh, gross. Let's start testing the other eyeshadow palettes. For these, I'm just gonna do my arm as is, the way that I normally would swatch in comparison, but I will include what it looks like in low light with a flashlight so that you guys can get a good comparison, because I think that's what a lot of brands are doing. So this is the GlamLite Hershey's palette, and the video that I saw for this, they were advertising that it was on sale for $10. 100% agree that this palette is worth that and more. It is really beautiful. It's more of a deep, smoky palette, but the shimmers in here are stunning. So from what I can see, it looks like they did this bronze shadow. It looks like they used a silver. I'm assuming it's this one, even though I don't know that it looks the exact same in my swatch. It looks a little bit lighter and it has like this purple iridescence to it. And then it looks like they did the darkest shimmer last. Okay, in their video, they swatched it one at a time. So that's what we're gonna do. I mean, that is stunning. You can see the shine right there. So it's interesting because in their video, it looks like it actually is so pigmented, it completely covered their tattoo. Okay, and then with the flashlight on it, there's what it looks like. Honestly, it looks the exact same. I feel like, are all these brands just swatching with flashlights? So this next one looks fun because it is not arm swatches. It's these like finger swatches where it's like really messy and kind of like all the way down the finger. And I thought we could try and recreate it to see the same magic. These are 4 multi-chrome shadows from Blend Bunny, and they are really beautiful, especially if you get them in the right lighting. So my original plan was to start off with some of the shadow, see what we need to do to make it look this beautiful. I would assume the owner was probably just like playing around with these and ended up with their fingers looking like that. It's not like they purposely did it the way that I'm doing it, but I'm just gonna kind of swatch that and like really get it along my entire arm. Or not arm, sorry. my entire finger. We are getting somewhere. I feel like that's not quite the exact same level though, so I'm gonna literally do the exact same thing again and then get in messy with it. About to score a goal. I feel like that looks pretty accurate. Let me show you in some different lighting so you can see the shift a little more. I feel like that just looks like some harmless like makeup fun that just naturally happened. Which I'm not surprised because like I said, Blend Bunny, they don't really do a whole bunch of Instagram type swatches. Like I feel like they repost people who do really intense swatches, of course, but from the brand directly, you don't see that as much. Okay, y'all, next let's do the Wizard palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. This is such a stunning blue, yellow, purple themed color story. I love this one, but when I saw those swatches, I was like, ooh, these look very built up. So I just want to compare. I'm probably going to speed this up a little bit. I'm just going to build these up. Okay, you guys, so that is about 3 layers of each shadow. And I would say compared to the picture, it looks pretty similar. Definitely nothing extra going on, just a little bit of building up. I can even show you guys like just really quickly one swatch of these last 3 shades, just like in comparison, what it looks like. For me, this one is pretty obvious, but obviously there's always new people coming to the beauty community who might not know, so there is the difference. Overall, not mad. Lastly, we have Krypton Cosmetics, which is a new indie brand to me. I have not tried them before, and this is 100% a case of Instagram swatches made me buy it. Their swatches, their photos looked really beautiful. I was excited to try them out. So this is the Burnt Forest palette. Just to show you, she is stunning. They did do swatches of every shimmer in this palette in this exact same format, so you can definitely check that out, but I'm just gonna do 2 of them today. So the one that really grabbed my attention was their swatch of Starry Sky. It looks like that famous Van Gogh painting if it was a shadow, and it feels super creamy, super pretty. So theirs definitely looks like it's very dark and it's very flashlighty, so we'll do a swatch in natural light and then we'll switch to my phone. So there's what it looks like with the flashlight. Obviously it looks beautiful, but I didn't even realize when I was filming how different it looks from the swatch. Okay, my arm is starting to get a little irritated from all the swatches, but one last shade. Let's do this one called Matino right here. A little bit of a lighter, more iridescent shimmer. Here's what she looks like swatched. Okay, I mean, very shiny. And there's with the flashlight. Wow. Can't believe I didn't know that this was a thing. Alrighty, y'all, so that is Instagram versus reality part 2. Let me know if you'd like me to continue this series. If you ever see a swatch on Instagram or TikTok and you're like, what does that look like in real life, Amy? Please just tag me. I'm at Amy Loves Makeup everywhere. I would love to test it out for you. I really hope this video was helpful for you. I feel like there's power in knowing what things look like in real life and not just a marketing tactic to make them look the best possible that they will ever look. I did have some people really upset about the video saying that it was stupid and that obviously things look different in real life, but I think it's nice to get to see it and to emphasize that. Apart from Krypton Cosmetics, because they're brand new to me, I love all these brands. I'm literally affiliated with all 4 of these brands right here. I think they're amazing. I think their products are amazing, but that doesn't mean that they don't look different in the eyes of someone who's trying to sell you something versus your eyes when you get it at home, you know? So anyways, enough rambling. I will see you again very soon. Bye.